Hello Chris, this is Sven. I want to show you how you can configure Total Commander to connect to the FTP server. If you have downloaded Total Commander and installed it, you will see this welcome screen. It is a shareware version, therefore you will be asked to press one of the three buttons specified here in the text. In this case it's number 1, but with every program start this is randomly determined. Then you will see configuration menu. You can just ignore that for the moment and press cancel. Total Commander is a file manager. That means the window is divided into two panels. One panel is on the left, the other panel is on the right. You can switch between them just by clicking the mouse, or better by pressing the tabulator key, the tab. And each of these panels is like a separate file explorer window where you see files and folders in a particular location, which is written up here. So in this case it's the drive C. You can switch to another drives with this pull down menu, and you navigate through folders by double clicking them, like here. And if you want to go level up or just higher in the folder structure, you double click the two dots. You should be familiar with this with the normal file manager. You can also use the arrow keys and pressing enter on the folder, or just backspace to go one level up. So by backspace I go one level up. Any file manipulation with this file manager happens between two panels. So for example, if I want to copy one file from the folder rbil, I switch to the folder in one panel, and I want to copy it to the folder psychwin, I switch to the target location in the other panel, and then I switch to the panel when I want to copy the file from. I'm with my cursor, I'm on the file. I can mark it for handling, for manipulation, by pressing the insert key. It will turn red, and then I can choose what do I want to do with that file. In my case, I want to copy it. Just show you how you can copy files. You can see it in this bottom bar, menu bar. F5 means copy, so I just press F5, and he asks me, do you want to copy this file to the location specified in the other panel? In this case it is C, psychwin. Yes, just OK, and it copies the file to the location. And this will also happen between two drives, or between an FTP server and a local drive, which is what we are going to do. Now I have copied this file here into the psychwin folder, and I want to delete it. So again I mark it with the insert key. It will turn red, and then I see here in the function key bar that the function key F8 means delete. So I press F8, and he asks me, do you really want to delete the file you have marked? Yes, and it's gone. So now for setting up the FTP connection, you will go to the menu Net and FTP Connect. Here you want to configure a new connection, so you click New Connection, and in this dialog window you will enter the access data. Session is a compulsory field. You have to name it somehow, so you can name it whatever you want. You can name it, let's call it Leipzig new server. Then host, I have written you the host name, so it's CDNA EVA MPGDE, and you will log in with your username, which is nuchris, and with your password I have specified in the email from 16th August. Then you are basically done. You don't need to enter anything else here. Just click OK, and with that moment you will see that you have configured here the connection to Leipzig GNU server. And you can connect right now by clicking connect, but I won't do it. I will show you that it says saved. Every time you start Total Commander, you can just click either this FTP button, it will show you the menu with FTP servers, or you can go to net FTP connect, or you see a shortcut, you can press also Ctrl F. It's all the same. You will see the menu. One FTP server is configured now, and you click connect. This will cause one of the panels, the panel you are currently active in, will change from the drive to a remote server FTP transfer mode, and the folders and files on the server will appear here as being on a drive called 0, and the name of the drive is Leipzig GNU server. You see, it's FTP file transfer protocol. You are logged in with your username nuchris at the FTP server with this host name, and what you see there is again nothing but files and folders, like it would be one of your local drives. So you can navigate through them with the arrow keys and pressing enter. You see here the primary data from our project, some non-speech data which are basically photographs, and files, JPEG files. Another folder in the primary data is speech, where we have WAV files, some elicitation files for each session in its own folder, and some songs, texts, lexicon. Yeah, it's everything is here. I go up. The next, at this moment you can't go further up, so it doesn't allow you to press on these two dots. They just don't function. You can't go further up. The highest level what you can see is these three folders. Primary data is the data we recorded. Secondary data are data from research, so there you will see publication. For example, publications are those things we have left with SASI, like the CDs, the DVD poster files, the PDF files ready to print, text collection as well. And in the linguistics folder you see our talks and presentations we gave, Martina here and Tom and myself here. So this is what you see, and it's also written, the location of your is written here in the header of the panel. So you are now in the folder secondary data, linguistics, Sven 2008, pronouns, and so on. So let's suppose you want to copy one of those files to your local hard drive. So you can switch by pressing tabulator to your local hard drive on the other panel, and let's make a new folder for it. To make a new folder you can press F7, and it will ask you to a name. So let's state copied from FTP, enter it, and let's suppose you want to copy there some linguistics. So the paper Tom and Sven vocal 2009 PDF file, you can again mark it with the insert key, and if you remember, copying was the F5 function key. So just stay in the panel with the marked file, and the other panel must be the location where you want, the target location where you want to copy it. Just press F5 and it will ask you, do you want to download? It's not, now he doesn't ask to copy, but it's download from the server. Do you want to download it to the path C, copied from FTP, vocal, okay, marker, handout, PDF, yes, okay. And he will execute the necessary FTP commands to download the key, to download the file to the target location. Now, just for demonstration purposes, I will just delete it again. You will probably at some point download everything which is here on this FTP server, so you can mark whole directories also again with the insert key, so you just press insert key 3 times. Each time it will move your cursor further down and mark all these 3 directories, and set the other panel to the path or to the location where you want to copy all these files to. You will need about 80 gigabyte of free space, so I can't download everything what's here on the server right now to my C drive, because I see it I have only 26 gigabyte out of 200. 200 is my capacity of the hard drive, and it's almost full. It's only 26 gigabyte free. But if you will find a location, external hard drive or whatever, where you have some 80 gigabyte free, you can set it here in the other panel. Switch back to the FTP server by pressing tab key or clicking mouse where you have marked the folders, and then you press F5 to copy them or to download them, and he asks you, do you want to download them to the location specified, and then you press OK. It will execute a number of FTP commands which you can see passing very fast here in this status window. It will last, depending on your download speed, some 2 or 3 hours, maybe longer, I don't know. But eventually every file on the FTP server will be downloaded in the location on your hard drive you have specified. This window will disappear automatically when it's done. I will abort it right now because I don't have the space, the free space on the hard drive to do it fully. But once it's downloaded, you will see these folders also in your local hard drive location, and then you can click disconnect to end this FTP session, to disconnect from the FTP server. And that's basically it. Anytime you want to connect again, you just start the total commander and press Ctrl F or get to net FTP connect, Leipzig new server connect, and again the currently active panel, in this case it's the right one, will change to the FTP server, and it's all the same, just the panels are now switched, have now switched sides. If you want to switch sides of the panel, you can just somewhere find the command to swap sides, swap target and sort, and it will swap sides. So just pressing Ctrl U or commands source and swapped source and target. It's just how it's more convenient for you. And if you are done with your file transfers, you can disconnect. I just want to note that you also can upload something on the server, just in case you want to give us any other material. Just find it on your local hard drive, mark it with insert, and then have in the other panel the FTP server, and let's upload this one file with copy, pressing F5, and that's it. It's here, but I will delete it again because this is a nonsense file. So, and then press disconnect. That's anything you need to know. I hope that helped you, and now you are able to access the data we share with you. So goodbye, good luck with that.